Welcome to my channel. My girlfriend's experiment made me her twin sister. I never imagined that a casual conversation about science could lead to this. Staring at a reflection that looks eerily like my girlfriend Isabella, but with my own bewildered eyes peering back. My name is Jordan, or at least it was until this all started. I'm 27, a graphic designer working remotely from our shared apartment in San Francisco. It's a creative job full of late nights sketching logos and editing photos for clients, which gives me plenty of flexibility, but also isolation. That isolation has been a double-edged sword because it's allowed me to nurture a secret passion, crossdressing. It's not out of necessity or some dire personal challenge. It's pure self-expression, a way to explore facets of my identity that the everyday Jordan keeps hidden. It began in my teens trying on my sister's clothes out of curiosity and evolved into something deeper, a temporary escape where I feel more alive, more authentic. But is it permanent? I've often wondered if this is just a phase or if it's woven into who I am. The fear of societal judgment keeps it locked away. Rejection from friends, family, or worse, Isabella. Our apartment is a cozy haven in the Mission District with exposed brick walls, vintage posters from Isabella's travels, and a bay window overlooking the bustling streets below. The initial mood is always warm, inviting, scented candles flickering, soft indie music playing from the speakers, a place where we unwind after long days. But lately, it's felt charged, like a lab waiting for an experiment to unfold. My occupation informs my secret life in subtle ways. As a designer, I'm attuned to aesthetics, colors, and forms, which makes selecting outfits and makeup an artistic endeavor. I have a hidden stash in the back of my closet. Silky dresses, wigs, and palettes of eyeshadow, all ordered discreetly online. I indulge when Isabel is out, transforming in the quiet, feeling the thrill of vulnerability mixed with empowerment. But the shame lingers. What if someone finds out? My family back in Chicago knows nothing. My parents are traditional. My brother supportive, but clueless. Friends from work. They're virtual colleagues. Distant enough that my secret stays safe, but close enough that exposure could ruin professional ties. Isabella is the center of my world. My girlfriend of 3 years. She's 26, a brilliant biochemist working at a startup downtown specializing in genetic research and experimental therapies. We met at a tech art crossover event. Her sharp mind dissecting exhibit on bio-art, me sketching it in my notebook. She's stunning with long auburn hair, emerald eyes, and a figure that's both athletic and curvaceous from her yoga routine. Our relationship is intense, passionate with her taking the lead in most things. She's the planner, the innovator, always pushing boundaries. Whether it's trying new cuisines or debating ethics in science, that dynamic shapes my fears and desires. I crave her approval. Her dominance excites me, but I dread her discovering my crowd stressing. Would she see it as a betrayal or worse, an experiment gone wrong? She's open-minded, advocating for trans rights and gender fluidity in her circles, but personal revelations are trickier. Her desires often involve playful experiments, role-playing in bed, testing gadgets, but nothing like this until now. It all started one rainy evening last month. We were curled up on the couch, wine in hand, discussing her latest project, an experimental serum for cellular regeneration. Something about mimicking genetic traits for medical purposes. Imagine if we could tweak appearances temporarily, she mused, her eyes lighting up. Like make someone look like a twin for a day. I laughed nervously. The idea hitting too close to home. Sounds like sci-fi. What if it went wrong? She smirked, tracing my arm. That's the fun, controlled risks. Want to be my guinea pig? I thought she was joking, but her gaze held a challenge. My heart raced. Part of me was intrigued, tying into my secret desires. Little did I know, this experiment would blur lines I never thought possible, turning my hidden passion into a suspenseful reality. The build-up began innocently enough, or so I thought. The next morning after that conversation, Isabella had left for work early, her lab coat slung over her shoulder, kissing me goodbye with a cryptic smile. Think about my offer, she whispered. The apartment felt emptier without her. the rain still powdering against the windows, creating a moody, introspective atmosphere. Alone, my internal struggles surfaced like bubbles in a pot about to boil. Shame and excitement welled within me. Shame at my secret crossdressing sessions. Excitement at the thought of Isabella's experiment somehow aligning with it. Do I fear being caught? Absolutely. Rejection from her would shatter me. Losing control of this private world terrifies me more than societal judgment. But there's a thrill in the vulnerability, a desire to be seen fully. With hours before she returned, I couldn't resist dipping into my stash. The suspenseful situation loomed. She could come home early as she often did on slow lab days. Heart pounding, I locked the door, drew the curtains, and began the transformation.
First, the outfit.
Choosing from my hidden drawer, I selected a floral sundress similar to one Isabella owns. Soft cotton with a fitted bodice and flowing skirt. Slipping it on, the fabric caressed my skin, cool and inviting, hugging my frame in ways that made me feel delicate yet alive. The thrill was immediate, excitement coursing through me like electricity, vulnerability in every rustle of the hem against my legs. Next, makeup. Sitting at the vanity, hers mostly. I started with foundation, blending it smoothly over my clean-shaven face, erasing the masculine edges. The scent of vanilla from the cream filled the air, stirring memories of watching her get ready. Concealer under my eyes, then blush on my cheeks, a rosy glow that mirrored my flushing emotions. Eyeshadow and earth tones, smoky and subtle, making my brown eyes pop like hers. Mascara lengthened my lashes, each stroke heightening the transformation. Lipstick last a nude pink gliding on with a creamy texture that felt forbidden. Internal dialogue raced. This is reckless. What if she walks in? But God, it feels so good. The mirror reflected a softer me. Feminine contours emerging, stirring a mix of shame. Am I betraying my masculinity and excitement? This is who I want to be, even temporarily. Accessories amplified it. A long auburn wig styled like Isabella's waves, brushing my shoulders with silky strands. The weight felt natural, transformative earrings, clip-ons, dangling gently, and a necklace that rested against my collarbone. Finally, high heels, strappy sandals that added height, forcing a graceful sway. Walking around the apartment, the click-clack on hardwood echoed my pounding heart. Physical sensations overwhelmed. The dress's breeze on my thighs. Heels pinch, building confidence. Makeup subtle tug on my skin. Emotionally, vulnerability peaked. I felt exposed. Even alone, but empowered, too. The challenge set in, keeping the secret while the threat of her early return hung like a sword. I practiced poses in the living room, twirling, feeling the skirt flare. Excitement built, but so did anxiety. What if the door opened? I'd have to scramble, hide. Internal conflict deepened. Stop now, change back. But the thrill, it's addictive. Time ticked. I cooked lunch as her. Chopping veggies with manicured nails, fake ones I'd applied, the domesticity blending with suspense. As afternoon waned, I pushed boundaries. Trying her clothes from the closet, a blouse and skirt combo. Tighter, more revealing. The fabric scent, her perfume lingering, intensified the intimacy. Vulnerability surged. This was crossing into her territory. Excitement from mimicking her style weared with shame. Am I invading her space? Fear of discovery spiked when my phone buzzed. A text from Isabella. Heading home early. Miss you. Panic. Heart racing. I rushed to change, wiping makeup hastily, stuffing everything away. But traces remained. A smudge of lipstick, wig hair on the floor. Suspense thickened. Would she notice? She arrived minutes later, breezy and affectionate. Rough day? She asked, noting my flushed face. I mumbled excuses, internal struggles boiling. Confess or hide. That night over dinner, she revisited the experiment. My serum, it's ready for testing. Temporary genetic mimicry. Want to look like my twin for weekend? Her eyes sparkled with scientific zeal. My desires clashed. Excitement at the idea. Fear of it revealing my secret. What does it entail? I asked cautiously. She explained. An injection effects lasting 48 hours, altering appearance to match hers. Hair, features, even voice subtly. Safe, reversible, she assured. But internally, this could expose everything. Or fulfill it. I agreed. Curiosity winning. The next day in our home lab, her makeshift setup in the spare room. She administered it. A prick, then warmth spreading. Changes started slowly. Skin softening, hair lengthening to auburn waves, features rounding to match hers, high cheekbones, full lips. By evening, the mirror showed her twin. Jordan, she gasped, delighted. But for me, transformation deepened. Physical sensations of curves forming, voice higher, stirring my cross-dressing passion. Excitement and vulnerability intertwined. This was real, not just dress up. Over the weekend, suspense built. Dressed in her clothes, now fitting perfectly, I navigated the apartment as Jordana, her twin sister persona. Internal conflicts raged. Shame at enjoying the femininity. Excitement at the authenticity. Fear of being caught outside this bubble. What if friends visited? The challenge. Acting normal while transformed. She taught makeup, heels, behaviors. Each lesson heightening tension. A close call, delivery at the door. I hid, heart thumping, emotional shifts from anxiety to growing confidence, but always the threat of reversal failing. As effects peaked, I explored privately while she napped, trying outfits, feeling the silk, the sway, pure bliss. But shame crept. Is this me now? Suspense. Her waking, seeing my true enjoyment. The build-up culminated in a dinner she cooked us as twins. Conversations turned deep, her sharing lab secrets, me hinting at desires. Tension simmered. Would I confess? The climax erupted on Sunday evening, stakes soaring with twists and intense tension. The transformation was at its height. I looked identical to Isabella down to the freckles on our noses. We'd spent the day lounging, her treating me like a sister, sharing clothes and stories. But emotional tension brewed. My inner conflict peaked, fearing loss of control. Physical changes made me vulnerable. Curves shifting with every move. Voice echoing hers. Anxiety gnawed. Risk confessing my crowd-stressing passion. Or hide and lose the thrill. The first twist hit when her phone rang. Her colleague Dr. Ramirez needing to drop by for urgent lab notes. Now, I whispered, panic rising. Isabella nodded. Stay in character. You're my twin sister visiting from out of town. Stakes raised. Exposure to an outsider. Heart pounding. I adjusted the dress. One of hers. Floral and fitted. Makeup flawless.
Heels on.
The door knocked. Dr. Ramirez entered. A sharp-eyed woman in her 40s. Isabella, good to see you. And who's this? Her gaze lingered, curious. My sister, Jordana, Isabella said smoothly. I smiled, voice matching. Nice to meet you. But tension mounted. Would she notice anomalies? A symbolic moment as we sat. My wig, no. Hair now real from the serum, caught on a chair, tugging painfully, mirroring my dual identity pull. Conversation flowed, but obstacles piled. Ramirez mentioned a conference photo of Isabella. You two look so alike, almost too much. Suspicion. I shifted, dress slipping slightly at the shoulder, exposing a bra strap. Physical tension, sweating, trembling, anxiety, screaming to change back, but impossible. Serum active internal. Risk everything for this or bolt. Isabella deflected humorously, but Ramirez pressed. Fascinating resemblance. Lab experiment. Laughter, but close call. Then the major obstacle. My phone buzzed loudly. My brother calling in the rush. I'd left it on the table. Ramirez glanced. Jordan. Odd name for a sister.
Twist.
Isabella froze. I grabbed it. Muting. Wrong phone. I stammered, but doubt seated. Emotional stakes amplified. Fear of unraveling. Rejection, if truth out. Ramirez left, but not before a judgmental look. Interesting family alone. Tension exploded. Isabella turned. That was close. You okay? I nodded, but anxiety overflowed. What if it doesn't reverse? What if I'm stuck? She reassured, but another twist. Symptoms intensified, voice wavering, features sharpening more like hers. Symbolic prop. The mirror in the hall reflected us side by side. Two identical selves blurring who is who. Am I losing myself? I thought friends texted Isabella for a spontaneous visit. Mia and Jake from her lab. Tell them no. But she invited eyes challenging test the experiment. Panic renewed. They arrived boisterous. Double Isabella. Mia exclaimed, curious, not judgmental. Jake laughed. Cool trick makeup. But as we chatted, a misplaced heel mine kicked off earlier. Trip Jake. He picked it up. Who's too small for you? His suspicion rose. Physical tension? I froze. Dress feeling constricting. Emotional. Confess or lie. Isabella joked it off, but Mia whispered, you seem nervous, Jordana. Close calls cascaded. During games, my mannerisms slipped. Masculine gestures peaking. Jake commented, you move like a guy sometimes. Humiliation burned, then the peak. Isabella's ex unexpectedly at the door with forgotten items. Who's the clone? He sneered, judgmental. Tension crackled. I hid in the bedroom, overhearing whispers. Is this ethical? Mia asked. Isabella defended, but doubt crept. As night fell, guests gone, the climax crusted. You enjoyed being my twin, didn't you? Isabella probed, suspicion in her tone. Did she know my secret? Anxiety maxed. Tell her everything. I hesitated, serum waning slightly. Physical exhaustion hit. Emotional whirlwind. Thrill versus fear. The cliffhanger dangled as the serum's reversal began. Or did it? Monday morning loomed. Work calls waiting, but changes lingered. Hair still long, features soft. It should fade, Isabella said, but uncertainty hung. A text from my brother. Call me. Heard weird rumors. Did someone talk? Isabella's knowing smile. Ready for round two? Viewers, what happens next? Do I get caught fully? Will Isabella accept my secret or experiment further? Comment predictions. Would you confess in my shoes?
Stay tuned.
This twin tail twists.